All right, Vietnamese sandwich with San Francisco ale. It should be okay. What I have here is a Vietnamese, or the Riley style Vietnamese, pork meatball banh mi sandwich. And it's just absolutely full of goodness. There's these big meatballs in there. I've got some jalapeno peppers in there. That's kind of a personal choice. All kinds of stuff. Let's just have a bite. Oh yeah. Oh. It's a messy eat. It's so delicious. Absolutely fantastic. Let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. Well, the first thing we want to make is the Daikon carrot salad, because we want that to marinate for a little while. So we're going to make that first and we're going to set it aside. So what I have here is 1 cup of grated carrot. That's about 1 medium carrot grated, and 1 cup of grated daikon, which is Japanese radish. Looks like this. That's about that much of the radish has been grated. So if you can't get Japanese radish or daikon in any of your local grocery stores, they're starting to show up everywhere. But if you can't, any mild radish will do. You could use just a regular Western radish, more of a mild one, not one of the really strong ones. You get the bigger they are, the milder the flavor. Grate that up, mix it in. You could even just use carrot if you're really pressed and you can't get any kind of radish. What we have here for making the dressing is 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and I'm using a rice vinegar, but really, any vinegar will do. Sugar, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I do like to use the unrefined cane sugar for this. It's just a very fine sugar because it mixes in well. And then the 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now the reason we get the sugar in there is we want this to get just a little bit sticky. So, in goes the vinegar, in goes the sugar, in goes the salt. Gonna whisk that up quickly. And then, I'm going to add in the carrot. And the daikon or radish. And that bowl is just about full to bursting. That's okay though. All we're going to do now, just want to mix this up a bit. So, using a fork or a pair of chopsticks. Just kind of mix that around. Just want to get the dressing all through there. They call me daikon fingers. All right. And making a mess. Yeah, I really should have grabbed a bit of a bigger bowl. Okay. Save my big bowl though for when we're going to make the meatballs. All right. So what we've done now is just enough to coat everything. And then we're going to let that sit and just marinate for about the next 15 minutes or so while we get everything else ready. All right, let's come back and make the mayonnaise sauce that we're going to use that we're going to spread on our baguette. Right, the next thing we want to do is make the chili mayo sauce, which we're going to spread on one side of the baguette. So what I have here is a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I have 1 tablespoon of sriracha. That is the spicy Thai chili sauce that you can get in many different Oriental supply stores, or even a lot of the grocery stores carry this. This is quite popular. And then here we have 1 green onion minced. Now to mince green onion, a little tricky little devil, so I thought I'd just quickly go over this. All I do is first just slice them this way, so you get the little rings. And then just place it down, and basically all you're doing is just going back and forth through them. Chop them up, chop them up. They don't have to be perfect. You have a big pieces, small pieces, it's okay. Look at this one, we'll just toss that one in just like that. Not a problem. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the mayonnaise, I'm going to mix the sriracha into there. This stuff is delicious. And In goes the green pepper, or green onion. What green pepper? In goes the green onion. And then all I'm going to do with that is mix it together. Just kind of blend that. All right. And then I'm going to put that aside. And now it's time. We're going to make the meatballs. And then we're going to put the whole thing together. All right. See you in a minute. All right. Now we're ready to make the meatballs. What we have here is 1 pound or 450 grams of ground pork. We have 3 cloves of garlic, which have been minced, 1 green onion minced, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and that could be either my favorite raw cane sugar or just a regular sugar, 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 tablespoon of dried basil, 1 tablespoon of the sriracha sauce that we used before, 1 tablespoon of nampla. That's a fermented fish sauce. Comes from Thailand and other parts of Asia. It's an Asian sauce. You can usually get this. If you can't get this, you can be replaced with our old favorite here, Worcestershire sauce. The flavor will be a little different, but this is also made from fish. This is made from anchovies. It does have a little bit same taste, but it has the tamarind in there, so it's a little different. Really, it's not that critical for these meatballs. Then what we have here is 1 teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, and here is 2 tablespoons of sesame oil for cooking in. Now you can use olive oil, and that's fine. If you can, use the sesame seed oil because it does give that extra kind of a Asian flavor. Even the smell as it's cooking is fantastic. So either or, whichever oil you can get your hands on. Right, what we're going to do now, take a bowl, and all the ingredients except for the sesame seed oil are going to go into this bowl. And just using my favorite for doing this kind of thing is my plastic spatula, because it's good for cutting through things. So what I'm going to do is kind of lift and turn and cut and lift and turn and cut and cut. I keep doing this till you see like this. It's pretty evenly mixed now, and also it comes together quite nicely, so great for making meatballs. So now it's time to get our hands dirty. First, let's have a little plate here to put the meatballs on. And when we made meatballs before, I think I told you that the best way to do this and not have it stick to your hands is to have a bowl of water, wet your hands, and start rolling the meatballs. And what we want to do is we want to roll these to be about 1 inch at the most. A little under 1 inch is okay too. So a little under 2.5 centimeters is fine. Just keep rolling them. Just put them on the plate there for now. All right, there we go. Meatballs, and since I wet my hands, they're not the usual scrungy mess. It's just rinse right off. All right. Now, what we want to do is going to turn on the heat. I'm going to bring this up to medium heat. We're going to run this between medium and medium high. I'm going to brown these nicely. In goes the oil. Bring that oil up to heat. That's looking good. All right, in go the meatballs. Just kind of carefully roll them in there. You don't want to break them. Doesn't matter if they stick a little bit together because they'll come apart as they start cooking. All right, here they go. And there's that good smell from that sesame seed oil. It does smell good. Here in Osaka, if you're walking down the street, you can smell this. You know you're passing past basically a Chinese restaurant. It's always a Chinese restaurant. There's a strong smell of cooking sesame seed oil coming out of the vents. All right, gonna cook those for about 15 minutes. Just gonna be turning them and turning them. Just want to brown them all around, cook them nicely, and then we're gonna come back and assemble our banh mi sandwich. All right, those have been cooking for 15 minutes. It's absolutely smelling delicious in here. One of the things is with these, they do tend to spit sometimes, so I like to throw a little screen on there while I'm walking away from it. Otherwise, you do end up with a bit of a greasy counter. All right, let's turn that off. Let's have a look at these. Oh, look at that. Beautifully browned. I've been turning every once in a while, just moving around in here. Make sure everybody gets an even cooking. And you see how you're getting kind of a caramelization on there in some places? That's from the sugar and the sauces in here, the sriracha and all mixing together. That is absolutely fantastic. Now we are ready to assemble. What I have here is a baguette, a nice long baguette which has split in half, right down the middle or flat ways. I also, here's the mayo we made before and also the salad. What I've also got here is some jalapeno peppers. Now I'd say with the jalapeno peppers anywhere between a quarter cup and a half cup because it really depends on what everyone likes. In my house, I love jalapenos. My wife hates them, so these are only going on half. Probably won't even use all of those. All right, now you can either put this on the bottom, this on the bottom, really doesn't matter that much. I like to put this on the bottom because then the bottom bread soaks up any juices left in here. Use a fork to bring them out of here so you're not getting the, the juice down at the bottom. You'll leave that behind. Just getting the marinated vegetables up in here. Then just spread them out across. Okay, now you can use all of that. I like to use a bit of a thinner layer myself, and then we have some of this with dinner. A little salad on the side, a little extra. But it depends. If you want to put it on thicker, you can. I just like to just a bed for the meatballs to sit on. So next, the meatballs themselves. Let's just put them on there. So you just kind of push them down to that bed of salad. Now again, you're going to have a couple of meatballs left over, most likely. Making these is not an exact science. Depends on the size of the baguette. All right, so I have a couple there. You know what? Those are going to go great for breakfast tomorrow. Have that with my eggs. All right, now on the top piece, that's where I'm going to spread the mayo. So I'll just put that a bunch across here. All right, now I got to remember, only put jalapenos on one side, or my wife will kill me. So here we go. Down go the jalapenos. Again, this depends how much jalapenos you like. If you really like them strong, just load them in there. Otherwise, spread them out a bit more. The next morning, your stomach will be cooking. These are actually the pickled sliced jalapenos. You get them in a jar. Not quite as potent as if you just put raw ones on here. That would probably do you in. All right, so there we go. See, use about half of those. And now, God, I don't think that's quite the half line. We can put one more there. Okay, still be safe. Right, and now we just put it all together. And you just got to press it down. And there we have Vietnamese pork meatball banh mi sandwich. And then just, let's get the knife in there and there we go. We got two sandwiches. One for each of us. Oh, that's going to be nice for dinner tonight. All right, enjoy your Vietnamese pork meatball banh mi sandwich. Now, if you go to the link appearing on the screen, you can get the free printable recipe for Vietnamese pork meatball banh mi sandwiches on our website. So go print out the recipe, have fun making and eating this tasty sandwich, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.